Greetings YouTube, Pyraxis Lutarian here. Just thought I'd take a little walk today. I've been feeling a little under the weather, but it seems that every time I go out hiking it kind of recharges me a little bit, so hopefully it'll make me feel better. Thought I'd take a short walk up into the hills where we got a little frost pocket up there. Frost pocket is a place where the colder temperatures settle in like a little depression, and it's kind of interesting because here in southwestern Pennsylvania it provides for an environment which actually allows certain species that don't grow, plant species that grow not too commonly around here, like the Tamarack tree. I found a little grove of tamaracks and they're not all that common around here. So anyways, been busy, got my garden all planted and done. A lot of the stuff's already come up. I put this in last year, my garden. Left the birdhouse there, and it's kind of nice. Got a little wild area here where they put the soil in, and I'm really excited too because I didn't put this in any other previous videos or anything, but my one pawpaw tree, my oldest one here, it's the only one that flowered, and I have not found any other pawpaws anywhere close to me. The closest patch I found is like a mile away, and yet for some reason, and they're not usually self-pollinating, but this one has produced its own fruit. You can see that little guy right there. That's that little nub right there, that's a little fruit forming. And like I said, usually you need 2 trees to pollinate, but there's a 4 cluster right there and another 2 cluster behind it. But yeah, so apparently it must have self-pollinated because, as I said, there are no other pawpaw trees around. None that are blooming anyways. I mean, I've got other trees, but none of them had flowers. So I'm kind of excited to see what those are going to taste like. Alright, so I'm going to head up the mountain. I'm probably not going to turn the camera back on until I actually get up in the hills. So anyways, just a little intro there. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to turn on the camera till I got up in the hills, but there's something. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Mushroom season's definitely here, and we've got here a bunch of pheasant back mushrooms, which I think maybe on the way back I might just gather some of this and cook them up with some butter and have them for dinner tonight. You just want to take the outer edge on these bigger ones, but yeah, these are one of the edible varieties that I forage for. Giant puffballs are another, and morels. Maybe I'll get lucky and find some up there. Luckily I brought a bag with me, so I did happen to notice just now that I haven't shaved, being kind of not feeling too well lately, so I apologize for the scruffiness, but just wanted to take a quick little picture of that, of those mushrooms. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're up in the hills and we're right at the cutoff over here that goes up to the old reservoir that they drained, but I just wanted to point out that there's a lot of May-apples around, and they're all in bloom. So as you can see, that nice pretty little white flower. The May-apples that have 2 leaves on them usually make the flowers. There's another one there, the back side. Another one here. But yeah, there's a lot of them on the way up here. Oh, here's another pretty one. Yeah, so I can see the little May-apple forming in the center of that one right there. Haven't seen any other mushrooms yet, but I'm kind of hoping, because I know that morels are generally associated with older and dying elm trees. So there's a few elms up here, but not too many. Most likely probably slippery elm or Siberian elm, and possibly some American elm, but yeah, I haven't seen any other mushrooms yet. Ooh, I forgot how humid it was going to be today. It's like sweating like crazy already, and I hardly even did anything. I mean, it's about a mile from home. So I think I'll just go ahead and get up there and see what there is to see. Okay, looks like we got a little mountain laurel bush here getting ready to bloom. Pennsylvania's state flower, and we got some of those big fronds that those big fern fronds last year that they're all getting kind of big already. Can't wait to see how big they get this year. But apparently you can eat those fiddleheads right there, but I don't know, I've never tried them. I just never really seemed too interested. But yeah, it's just a beautiful day for a hike, except for the humidity, like I said. And so I feel all sticky and gummy. But fortunately, I've already reached the area to where the temperature dropped. Usually somewhere in here, I passed it just a little bit ago, there's a spot where it's like walking through a wall where you can tell an immediate 5-degree temperature drop. And what I've read online, it says that that's a frost pocket, which is typical where you have like a little valley and the cool air from the top of the mountains settles down into the valley and you know, down into the little hole there. And that's where we're going. Like I said, we're going, this whole area I guess is kind of like that, but still looking for those elusive mushrooms. Hopefully we'll find some today. All right, now we're up the mountain, almost to the dam, and just thought I saw this nice little patch of wild violets. You know, thought they looked pretty, so I thought I'd share that. Plus the rhododendron, you can see it's starting to send up its new shoots and stuff. We're gonna have some pretty flowers here pretty soon. I don't know, it's there's a lot of blackberries, raspberries, dewberries, and they seem to be flowering more than usual. So like this blackberry bush here, you can see lots of flowers, and hopefully that means that we're gonna get a good crop of wild berries. Now I haven't checked the blueberries, the wild blueberry patch I found, but so far everything else is doing really well. And my blueberries at home, I have 2 bushes. They've been producing, they got a lot of blueberries on there. Plus we got a lot of fleabane here, which seems to be the dominant flower right now. Apparently, I went hiking with some friends from work. We did a little bit of a foraging trip and, you know, increase our knowledge base there. And the one gal, she kind of taught me a new thing about the fleabane. I didn't really know what that flower was before, and that's daisy fleabane. Apparently, from my research shows that the leaves are edible, but pregnant women want to avoid them because they apparently can cause miscarriage. So, oh, here we got some little bluets. Nice, pretty little bluet flowers. Those are always nice. Oh, we got a nice chestnut oak, I think, sitting here. Yeah, little chestnut oak started. I do believe a couple of them in here. Yeah, so all the ferns are starting to come into their own. It's gonna be nice. I mean, I love this time of year the most. You know, a lot of little side trails that I've never explored. Got some white oaks here. White oak started. There must be parent trees somewhere around here, of course. But yeah, there's always something interesting to see, in my opinion. But then, of course, you know, everything in nature kind of interests me. So, all right, let's see what else is up here. And now I've reached the spot where the tamaracks are growing. I'm looking up here, and this big one looks like it died. It was alive last year, but that one looks like it died. But you can see there's several of them in here, and you can see the needles there and the distinctive bark. But yeah, it's a nice little patch of them. I think there's like, let's see, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see at least 6. There was 7 with this one that died. So there's at least 6 of these tamaracks up here. And like I said, it's not very typical for tamaracks around here because they like the colder. I mean, people plant them as ornamentals, but this is like one of those little dip areas. It's a nice, it's where the cool air, like I said, settles in here. And here you can see a lot of club moss is growing. Oh boy, we got some greenbrier, which I'm nibbling on now. One of my favorite trail side nibbles. But yeah, it's kind of a swampy area, which the tamarack, or otherwise known as American larch, they tend to like that. It looks like one over there fell down. Haven't seen any wildlife yet. Very strange. Usually I see something. Now, I also planted a bunch of pawpaw seeds all in here, but I haven't seen any come up, so I don't know. I'm looking and I don't, I planted some here 2 years ago and last year, all down in these fallen logs. The bugs are terrible today. Oh my God, these freaking little gnats and mosquitoes are just all in my face. Well, I guess there's none of those pawpaws came up. Maybe they don't like this cooler little spot, but then it's always hard to spot them amongst all the other plants. A couple of nice little, oh, what are these? Yeah, these are hemlocks. A couple of nice little hemlock trees. There's a nice little grove of hemlocks up here. There's another one there. Oh, yep. Well, we got everything here. We got red oak. We got, what is that? Some kind of maple. Looks like a sugar maple. Tulip trees, poplar, yellow poplar, cherry. Guys, I don't know what that one over there is. Tall, skinny thing. I passed a tupelo back there. Black tupelo. Looks like another red oak. Just all kinds of good stuff. All kinds of neat stuff up here to see. Alright, well, there's another interesting tree that I've never seen grow anywhere else around here, which I thought was a catalpa last year at first, but can't really see it too well. But I think it's an empress tree. It's got these big purple flowers. You can see the flowers here on the ground. I do believe that, from my research, I do believe it's an empress tree. And they grow remarkably well, but I don't think it's that usual for them to be in this kind of environment. I can already see the leaves up there starting to form, and they look like they have 2 lobes off to the side and one bigger one in the center, but I'll have to come back later when the leaves are bigger. But yeah, there's a lot of flowers on this tree, so. And unlike the catalpa, which provides the like the little cigar-shaped seed pods, these have more round kind of berries or something. I had forgotten exactly where this tree was until I saw the flowers on the ground, so interesting. Anyway, try again. Yeah, I decided to take a little side route just so I could see the creek and see how much the water's flowing. This goes up to the dam eventually and everything. A lot of rhododendron along the creek here, and actually there's a lot of witch hazel too all around here, I've noticed. So yeah, just a little side step there just to see. Still no god darn mushrooms. I don't know where they all are. I've seen other kind that are not edible, but no good ones other than those pheasant back I saw right at the beginning. So I mean, a lot of blackberries and, you know, dewberries and all kinds of other stuff that I don't even recognize, but darn it, there's no morels for me today, I guess. Well, other than those May apples, we seem to have a lot of wild geraniums up here, and we've been noticing that there's a lot of these millipedes running around here. It's like, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I can see that fine. But I don't know, there's been a lot of these strange millipedes. Just saw them on my last hike with the friends I talked about. And I just recently this year learned about these wild geraniums. So I've always noticed them, but I didn't know what they were. I didn't know if they were a mallow or what, but just another interesting thing there. I just thought I'd take a picture of that millipede anyways, since he was so colorful. All right, now this is just crazy, because nature is something, because you see how this, I think there's a maple tree. Yeah, there's a little maple. Notice how the chain link is just like swallowed up the chain link fence. Got another one here, did the same thing. And I got a bigger one up here. It's even retained some of the pattern in the bark, but just amazing how the trees will just wrap themselves around the dang things, and they'll just you know, make the fence part of their wood. And boy, that would be hell on a chainsaw, I would imagine, if you put a chainsaw to that wood and didn't know that that chain link was in there. Yeah, look at that. Whew, that one's actually a poplar, so it's maple and poplar of both kind of soaked it up. A lot of little elm trees here. So I'm thinking, I don't know how morel mushrooms do around rhododendrons, so I'll have to check on that, because there's a lot of little elm trees. So I know that there must be some bigger ones around here. But they're generally, like I said, the mushrooms generally form more around the dying or dead elms, from what I read. We got a lot of these, can't remember if they're called sensitive ferns or delicate ferns. It's one or the other. I can never remember. Yeah, apparently I guess this no longer applies since you can't swim in there, but down there's a nice little foundation of a building that somebody was building, so I thought that was interesting. And then here's where we start the little Hemlock Grove. The trail gets practically non-existent from this point. I guess they never maintained it much past the dam here, so. All right, a lot of pretty oaks, big hemlock tree. There's more up there farther. I'm not gonna go through there though, because there's too many bugs already. All right, like I said, all the rhododendrons just crazy thick in this area. A little hemlock tree there growing. A lot of hemlock down in there mixed in. Yep. All right, well, let's go to the dam now. And finally we've reached the goal. I wanted to get up to the old reservoir. Shame they kind of, you know, emptied it out. It hasn't started growing back yet. This used to be the water supply for our town, but since they changed water providers, there's a nice hawk, or no, that's a raven, I think. But yeah, it used to be full of water. Used to be a couple of fish in there, a lot of salamanders, and now it's just, it had two creeks feeding it, merged into one. I think it's George's Creek. I'm not sure if that's what this creek is, or maybe, I know it's not Muddy Run. That's farther north. Looks like we got a fish down there by that little drain thing. So there's probably a few little stragglers still in here. But you see, we got a lot of dewberries. A lot of dewberry flowers growing too. Like I said, there's a little blackberry or raspberry. Oh, I used to know what those little yellow flowers are called. But like I said, there used to be a lot of snakes along the dam, but now that the water's gone, I'm not sure if they're still going to be up here or if they're going to be down closer to the rocks, because of course things change. But you know, little sassafras trees started there, a couple of them. Yeah, pretty soon this is all going to be like a little mini valley in here. It's going to be nice, and because it's all dipped like this, it'll be generally tend to be cooler. Well, I don't know what qualifies as a frost pocket exactly, but I only read about it briefly. It looks like somebody was hunting something up here, and a lot of shotgun shells. Wish they would pick their garbage up, you know. Just don't understand why people don't have more respect. But you know, what can you do? Got some smooth alder there. Oh, okay. Little cherry tree growing there. There's also, I noticed, a couple of sourwoods on this dam. I haven't seen them though. I don't know which ones they are because they don't have their flowers yet. But yeah, I was surprised to see a flowerwood up here. I mean, a sourwood tree up here. Oh, there goes a snake. Oh, he's a big sucker. Big brown water snake. Yeah, so I figured we'd probably see some snakes today. Oh, well, he's already got away. That was a big one. Usually they're not that big, but I don't know. Of course, you know, they're usually more afraid of you than you are of them. As long as you just leave them to their business, they usually won't bother you. It's not like they're going to come after you. But that's what I was hoping. That's why oh, we've got some more. There's some honeysuckle in there. It's that bush variety. Japanese invasive one, I think. A lot of dewberry flowers. Dewberries all over the place here. Yeah, black locust took up this little corner. I hear the flowers are edible, that you can make fritters out of them. So that's interesting, something I might try. Grapes are coming along nicely. More fleabane. We got some narrow leaf plantain, some red clover. Got some milkweed started here, some wild roses. Oh, all kinds of stuff. And look, see how people just throw their trash freaking anywhere. The creek's doing really nice. Got a nice flow to it. I remember I used to stand here and watch the little bluegill and the snakes, and now there's no water flow over here at all. And got some pine trees. I think those are white pines. Yeah, a lot of nice big stand of them over there. And I know that there's great horned owls up here too, because there was one on the dam one time whenever I came up here. Yeah, so it looks like you got more grapes growing up here. I don't see any flower clusters though. Yeah, they were pretty tasty last year, so. Alright, so I think that's going to be about it, because this, that was my goal, just to come up here. So, there we go. Unless I see anything interesting, like, a deer or some turkey or something like that, I'll probably just sign off now. But you never know what's going to be around the next bend, so. Alright, thanks.